Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Namaskaram, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. With the blessings of my Guruji and mentor, Shri Vidyopasaka, Shrestha Bahu Bhasha Alankrita, Vageya Saundharya Sharada Tilaka, Sangeeta Maha Mahopadhyaya, Vidwan Shri Kollegal R. Subramanyam, I, Rajam Shankar. I am honored and eternally grateful to you for choosing to undertake this course where I get an opportunity to share my experience and knowledge of Raga Chikitsa with all of you. I pray that it will bring valuable lessons to you in this new journey. The course that you have commenced on is an introduction to the various basic components of Indian classical music and its therapeutic value. We learn about how various emotions manifest in our body and the tools with which we can access the resonance of these spaces so that we can treat various ailments in the body in the future. Once these basic concepts are understood, you can explore the knowledge and usage of chakra. What is chakra? Chakra is the energy centers. So the chakra activation, uplift yourself from various ailments and aid in treatment along with other ailments, in the sense both physical, emotional, all. So, along in aid in a treatment along with other interventions also. So, whether it is medical interventions or any other alternative therapy interventions, we can, along with that, we can have music therapy intervention. So, Raga Chikitsa will need few more levels of learning and practice to facilitate practice on others. This course is only to generate awareness and provide a solid foundation for more study on this topic. You can do more research. Now, many people have written about music therapy in different way. So here I want to say about Leslie Bunt. He has written what is music therapy. He has written about it in his book, It's an Art Beyond Words. This is his book, Leslie Bunt's book. So, music therapy is the use of sounds and music within an evolving relationship between the client and the therapist. In music therapy, we don't call as a patient, we call them as client. So, client and therapist to support and encourage physical, mental, social and emotional well-being. So, that is the main music therapy practice. So, this is what was written by. Let us explore the terms used in detail. Sound. What is sound? The word itself takes on a different hues when viewed and analyzed from a music therapist's perspective. It is harmonious, melodious and soothing, loud, jarring, aggressive in nature, which is abundantly evident in myriad forms around us. When it is devoid of specific expression, emotion, feeling and lacks clarity in transfer of communication, it becomes noise. Because sound means people immediately they'll think noise and sound is the same. Yes, there is two very vast difference. It's a thin border in between them, but it makes lot of difference between them. Sound also has a potential to create euphoria, a state of ecstasy, extreme distress and outright pain. Sound can also do that. As such, sound, depending on the nature of its delivery and the environment in which it is delivered, connects and communicates with us in different individual ways. Thus, when it is an expression of art, a connected series of sounds which are invested with harmony, melody and definitive pitch, it becomes music. All our body functions, starting from breathing to heart rate to pumping of blood in the heart, work with a cohesive and cyclical and rhythmic pattern, just like music does. While the basics of it is the synchronization of the various sound patterns, that rhythms that influence all our physiological actions. Now, according to American Music Therapy Association, music therapy is an established healthcare profession that uses music to address physical, emotional, cognitive and social needs of individuals of all ages. Music therapy improves the quality of life, meets the needs of children and adults with disabilities or illnessness. Music therapy interventions can be designed to promote what all? Promote wellness, manage stress, alleviate pain, express feelings, enhance memory, improve communication and promote physical rehabilitation. Research in music therapy supports its effectiveness in a wide variety of healthcare and educational settings. All music therapy interventions designed by experts to promote wellness, manage stress, alleviate pain and promote physical rehabilitation emphasize on this synchronization of various sound patterns and rhythms. The human body and its cells react to different sounds and vibrations. Music is the language of emotions. There are many events and experiences that occur in normal life where musical notes of various frequencies provoke range of emotions and reactions. Like for party, your music is very different, isn't it? That evoke a completely different kind of emotion. Where you have to know fast music, fast rhythm, immediately full of joy, happiness, and you want to enjoy. All those things happen. That is the reaction of the music also which is played at the party space. Similarly, if there is something sadness, something has happened, where there is not so good, so immediately you will require to synchronize with your mood, you require very slow tempo music. Understood the difference? So, where you want to have happiness or celebration or a party, it kind of different kind of music is played, and that will definitely provoke a kind of emotion and reaction. But similarly, in other way around, when it is sad and you are feeling low, your mood is very low mood, sad mood, you will definitely like to have song or music which will connect with your feelings, synchronize with your feelings. So that emotions will definitely, that will be a soothing feeling when you are getting a music which synchronizes with your sad mood. So the history of Carnatic music is replete with effect of music in sometimes miraculous anecdotes. Saint Tyagaraja's famous Na Jeevadhara, rendered in Ragam Bilahari, rekindling the embers of life in the body of young boy, is prominent example of effect of music. Vibrations evoking resonant response. Recent scientific research findings also suggest that it could be possible to reboot the brain for as long as 3 or 5 minutes after the human heart stops beating or ceases to show signs of life. Isn't it wonderful? A fact possibly known to our ancients who practicing medicines. The book Musicophilia, Tales of Music and the Brain by famous neurologist writer Dr. Oliver Sacks points out that music is part of being human, so that many people from neurological damage learn to move better, remember more, and even regain speech through listening to the music and playing music. That much research has been done. Historical evidence of music and its employment in education, entertainment, healing, and mood management is extensive in writings, frescoes, paintings, leaf and papyrus bindings, discovered, documented, and preserved across the habitats of all Eastern and Western ancient civilizations. It has been coming from centuries. So, 20th century medical and scientific disciplines commenced efforts post 1930 to codify the value and practice of its therapeutic intervention and acceptance as a non-invasive, complementary and alternative medicine. Understood? The impact of music has been documented by medical doctors, anthroposophists, saints, poets, composers and musicians themselves. In the context of Indian music therapy, a lot of the material is lost to a wider audience because of the books not being readily available. They are being in different languages, or they are being having references across the different books which are difficult to cross reference. So that is the introduction to the music therapy.
Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.